Okay, all branches with glitches and exploits. This is the route guide. This is not a speed run. I just turned on cheats. This is very much so not a speed run. The cheats will help us explain certain points, etc., etc. Cause yeah, I found some new tech in the escape branch, which lets us blow the entire map wide open. And I kind of mean that literally, actually. The only branch we're gonna do vanilla is a dropper, and we'll explain that later. But for now, this is just escape. Well, not just escape. We gotta go a specific way in escape. So first things of note. We will be grabbing some rotten flesh over here. Optimally, you wouldn't need to grab this. This is for safety for the demonstration, just for convenience. Optimally, you wouldn't, but it's really difficult to manage your health without a food source. I'm not sure what the better solution is for the time being, so we grab that to be safe at the cost of some time. And also, we go over here, we grab this bow and some arrows. And those are the main things we need before we start going out of bounds. Probably not optimal to die there, because you respawn like 2 rooms away, but anyway. We need to go back over here, and as it turns out, you can just kind of fall and land here and survive. So yeah, now we're out of bounds, and that's pretty powerful, because that lets us go back in bounds inside a part of the map that normally you can't access, because as it turns out, there are a bajillion rooms in this branch that are just not used normally, so they're just completely inaccessible. I'm not sure what the deal is, but we can go out of bounds and enter down there to enter these out of bounds rooms. And now we're going to be using this rotten flesh to try and heal as much health as we can, because we need a lot of health. And of things to note there, it's important to, well, I guess you could get your air back there, but it's important to jump there, because this is a long climb, a long swim up, and you do not want to drown. And I might actually drown because I hit my head. It's hilarious. Don't hit your head. Anyway, the point is, you get up here, and now we need to shoot ourselves over this fence with the bow. And this is complete RNG, basically. You want to, in theory, ideally you want to land on the fence, but it's complete RNG, whether you will or not. And sometimes you might just get yeeted. This is actually a fail state. We can't land there safely. I mean, I guess we could, but we didn't have enough health. So ideally, you would land on the fence, you would drop down here, and then you would drop down on one of these redstone blocks. And from here you have 3 options. The fastest option, the safe option, and the easy option. The safe option, which only takes half a heart of fall damage, is to go here, drop down, like so, and now you're down, because we need to drop down alone. And that only takes half a heart of fall damage. The easy option would be to go over here, and this is actually the set of, that's the button that lets us leave the branch. We can't actually trigger this early, there's no buttons on these. But the easy option would be changing these to 8 ticks. It's 4 ticks each. It's not mandatory, but it makes the next trick we're going to do a lot easier. It makes the preserve a lot easier. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tossing an item on the ground, then hitting the button, and then we're going to pick the item back up before both of these repeaters activate to trigger these command blocks. Because the first command block is the clear. That one right there. So yeah, normally you would only have 3 ticks. With those, now we have 8 ticks. But again, both of that is slow because all we really need to do is go down here. This is the fastest method, but you need it takes 1.5 hearts of fall damage. Anyway, the point is we want to get over here because creeper eggs. And this is actually directly below the escape room, and so there's a handy button that takes us here. And now we do the preserve, like so. And that's the escape branch. But unfortunately, we can't actually do anything with these creeper eggs yet, because we're in peaceful mode. So now we need to do something about that. So you go to survival branch next. Now I haven't fully optimized the survival branch, but this is basically a list of everything that needs to be done in the survival branch. First order of business, we need all six of these logs, because yeah, we're gonna need a crafting table, we're gonna need pressure plates, we're gonna need a boat, we're gonna need a bunch of stuff. We're gonna need to pillar up on top of the bedrock box, of course. And basically, the goal of what we're going to be doing is we want to leave the survival branch, but stay in survival mode. Well, survival mode itself isn't the important part. The important part is that we want mob griefing to stay on, which it currently is on, but if we leave through conventional means, it will not be on. Oh yeah, mistake there. We need 3 pieces of dirt. I always forget this. We need these 3 pieces of dirt. Pillar with the planks first, at least according to my route, because we're going to need to be breaking them later to craft the boat, the ones at the bottom. So you go up here and grab some tools, toss the 3 useful tools off the side because we're going to want them later, and then place a pressure plate there and a pressure plate there. And then toss the hoe onto the pressure plate. Do not pick it up. And that, what it does is it triggers all of the game rule resetting command blocks. This will actually teleport us, give us the wool. Do not take the wool, because we're going to want to go back into the survival branch. And now we want to pick up these tools. And we're going to hop into this water, because there's an iron ore right here that we need. We need that iron ore, and then we're going to start digging. So over here is some gravel. We need 8 stone. And we need some gravel. We need a flint, but there we go. It also helps us to get some blocks, in case you're short on blocks for whatever reason. Anyway, we need those items. So now, craft a furnace, and actually first we want to break 5 of these planks, or maybe just don't place them at all, because we do want a boat. Let me break that, place the furnace 1 block to the right, it's optimal, and we smelt the iron ore. If you didn't have the flint, you could break it now to get it. There's a flint and steel, and that's what we need. We need a boat, we need the flint and steel, and we need these pressure plates set up in a certain way, because now what's happening is we don't need any of this anymore. That's the wrong button. Because what's happening is we break this and we put this here. Those command blocks are still powered, which means they can't be activated again. And I mean, actually, we wouldn't be activating them to begin with, but actually, yeah, maybe you probably don't actually need to do that then. Point is, we want to activate these command blocks on the left. Anyway. Point of that all aside, now we can put the brown wool. We're now in survival mode. So yeah, now we can pick up our creeper eggs, and now we can kind of go to town. This is where things get tricky. So that's going to break some stuff, but we can still get up, and we didn't break any pressure plates, because we need to break certain pieces of redstone. So, notice these signs. So the first one is always the teleport. For this branch in particular, so this row sets our difficulty immediately. So the problem with this side of the command blocks is, and this is why we can't actually use the creepers in the labyrinth or the parkour branches, is it sets our difficulty to peaceful immediately. We can't teleport without setting our difficulty. However, we can get rid of the clear. So you can do that and just run back, and it blows up some of the redstone. And you're just going to blow up a bunch of redstone as follows. Basically, for the most part, you basically just want to blow up everything except the first one in all of these. It's tricky though. It's tricky to get the positioning right. I'm just doing this in creative to be convenient, but yeah. For survival, it doesn't matter. You don't need to blow anything up. And for boss battle, yeah, we do want to blow things up. That's actually too close. Oh, it wasn't too close. So yeah, then you would parkour back, run across this way, and okay, you can't actually get up from here. I wasn't actually sure if you could or couldn't, but what you can do is what you do in the glitchless no preserve category, which is you put the boat up here, or glitchless with preserve. You put the boat up here, you get up there, break the boat, and then you can hop onto these command blocks. Now it's important to remember that we actually do not keep inventory on, so you'll probably want to put like the boat or whatever in a safe spot, or maybe blow up a hole to get back. But it's not really a good hole. We can't really get back easily from here. I guess maybe if you blew it up correctly to get back. But the point is, you wanna blow up again on this side everything. And now on this side, the commands are actually laid out differently. The difficulty actually, it doesn't matter for dropper, and it doesn't matter for escape because we already did escape. So for puzzle, adventure, and trivia, you want to blow up the second piece of redstone, but not the first, of course. And that will actually allow us to preserve the difficulty. It'll allow us to preserve not peaceful mode, which means we'll actually be able to use the creepers in those branches. No, obviously I didn't route doing this particularly well, but that's basically the gist of it. And as for branch-specific things, let's go back into survival, because that's the mode we're in. Place the boat down. We're going to want, like, I don't know, 10 creepers. Throw the rest out there, and we're going to... You go to arena next. And we don't need to worry, our inventory won't be cleared. Okay, this yellow wool. No, that's because... That is illegal yellow wool. Anyway. That's... You probably want to do this without taking that much damage. But yeah, mobs are going to be spawning all over us. And we just kind of wanna walk. We want to preserve our running as much as we can, so... It's probably actually... Yeah, these rooms are filled with garbage. I'm not actually sure if this is going to work, because I forgot to test this with mob spawning on. See, yeah, all the mobs are spawning now. Oh, do we have infinite? Oh yeah, I think, yeah, we've got a ton of saturation, right? Because you just get given a ton of saturation, so we can actually run fairly easily. Yeah, you get given a ton of saturation at the start of something. I think just in this branch, you just get a ton of saturation. So you can always heal, which is good. So yeah, we need to just run through the redstone. We can skip basically the entirety of the branch, but it's not that simple. There are some caveats we need to deal with. This is the first one. We need to just, this is a fairly simple parkour jump, but coming up is a part that's really awful. because the Enderman floor doesn't have a floor. If you've thrown, again, you might know what I'm referring to if you've been through this in creative mode, but yeah. I'm just gonna fly to save time. I should have done that earlier, actually, but yeah. This is the problem. This is the problem area. We gotta get through this without there being a floor. Which means we gotta explode things very carefully. And specifically, creeper there. And if you react fast enough, you can actually get through without taking an explosion, without getting blown up. You just need to get on the piston. I was slow. Point is, you run here, you go fall back, and you don't take explosion knockback. I was just bad there. And then you go here, and you place the creeper on the third block, and go here, and mobs are going to be spawning, dropping from above. So you gotta just kind of get lucky. And here, same deal. Third block, explode it, land, and... This is actually a problem. This is actually a problem. Okay, they're pushing each other off, but... This is actually hilarious. I guess you'd have to get lucky with mob spawns here. Because that's what you don't want to happen. You don't want that to happen, basically. Like I said, I don't have the specifics sorted out. So many spiders. But if you go fast enough, you can actually blow this up. I'll actually show you the method I came up with. This is a terrible guide, but... The method I came up with was this. See, you don't take damage there. I mean, this one has mob spawning turned off, though. I forgot to turn that on in my testing, so it's not going to be fully accurate, but this is the theoretical place you would put the, you would put everything. And theoretically, if you did that correctly, these should explode, but we might be able to... Okay, yeah. You need to blow that up, and then from here, one more here is going to be good enough, and you will have a 4-block jump in the way. If this sand wasn't in the way, you could make it easily. Otherwise, you might have to, because that is a clearable jump, not with the sand in the way. So you would have to, like, I don't know, do something, clear these blocks out of the way. Something like this. And the point is, you get across. And then you have this, a really awful jump here. The only way to do it is just be good at parkour. It's a hard jump. So let's go back to the world we were practicing in, we were demonstrating in. So yeah, you do this jump. It's a difficult jump, but it's doable. It's doable. I didn't actually have trouble with it that much. There we go. It's doable. That's the point. The point I'm trying to make is it's doable. And that takes us to the final area. Now, here we have to do something weird. Specifically, assuming we're in adventure mode. Assuming you get through all that without resetting. We need to break the last 2 or 3 pieces of redstone. 2 or 3. And it's tricky. You have to do this, and then push it off like so. Because we need to make the last command block not activate. Because that's the one that turns mob roofing off. And once that all's done, we're actually basically done here. And we can actually go this way and hit the button on the side here, and that gets us our wool. But do not give the wool. We actually keep our stuff too, which is convenient. But yeah, do not put in that wool, because we're going to need to re-enter the adventure branch multiple times. Because actually right now our difficulty is no longer usable for creepers. But because of what we did, we can actually go here and then hit the return to hub button, and we that will clear our inventory. But now, okay, because we were slow, our creeper eggs despawned. But assuming you do that within 5 minutes, which you should be able to do, you get your creeper eggs, and we can place them, because our difficulty is, well, usable of creeper eggs in. And then we would probably do adventure next. Adventure's the next worst. And remember, we don't want all our creeper eggs, 16 or so, because we will be losing these eggs later. Because we can just blast straight downwards to the wool. Unfortunately, our difficulty is normal, which makes these guys do a lot of extra damage. Didn't mean for that. It's probably better to do this before Arena. Yeah, it would be better to do this before Arena, because the difficulty would be easy then, because you're using the survival mode difficulty. But yeah, point is you blow up a hole down here, and you hope you can survive the fall. It actually wasn't that bad. I didn't need nearly that many creepers either. So now we grab some more creeper eggs. We don't need many at all for puzzle, which we're going to do. We actually only need, we should only need 1 here. We should only need 1 for puzzle. But actually, first order of business is we go back to Arena, actually, and we hit the return to hub button, because we're going to need to do this for a few branches in order to get the difficulty off peaceful. We do that, then we go into puzzle, and we blow up the creeper in that corner. Of course, we put in chirp, and maybe we need 2 creepers. I thought we only needed 1. I did it. I'm stupid, that's why. I was facing the wrong direction. That's why. You blow up the creeper in this corner, and that gets you into the redstone. The previous strategy uses a boat, but it's one way and requires you to die. So you just hit that, and then that means with chirp active, if that doesn't get blown up, okay. Our comparator actually got blown up. which means we don't actually get this bypass. But maybe if we blow up the creeper here, you can tell I didn't actually route this overly well. Point is, you blow up here, try not to blow up the comparator, and that activates the slider bypass, which of course gets you this. And it's faster than the old strat with the boat because you don't need to die. And that's puzzle. And once again, we need to go back to arena to reset the difficulty, because next is boss battle. And boss battles is actually also pretty easy. Reset these, make sure they don't despawn on us. You only need like one in boss battle. Because all we're gonna do is, we don't need to mess with that redstone there, because we can just blow up the entrance to the wool. Enough said. And lastly is trivia. Right, I forgot about trivia. The trivia branch is kind of... The trivia branch actually should probably be done earlier. It's tricky. We need 2 for trivia. And you can actually put the yellow wool back now, I think. The point is trivia. Yeah, so we just need to fall a lot. The wool is directly below us, so we just need to fall and try not to die. That's all there is to say about that. You will need to blow your way in. Do that without the dying. And that's your trivia branch. And it saves a lot of time to have to do all of the trivia. Whatever. You would do that, you would get the trivia branch, and that's actually everything that we need that for. And then that would just leave the boat for Labyrinth, which is just normal Labyrinth stuff. So the old strat, you just boat up here. Now I am actually curious about, because in parkour you could use boats to skip some of the sections, but you would need a second boat because you wouldn't be able to preserve it out of here. You can't bring creepers into here, into Labyrinth or parkour. It's just not possible. So yeah, you would just, and then you just do dropper like normal. That's basically the gist of it. It's really awful. Escape is awful. Arena is also very awful, and I should probably test it more thoroughly with mobs spawning. You need to get super lucky with both. But theoretically, that should save a ton of time. Escape is about 3 minutes, so it's about a minute and a half slower. But Arena is like 6 minutes faster, 5 minutes faster. Arena is so much faster. You save time in a bunch of time in adventure. You save some time in trivia. You save some time in survival, or in boss battle rather. You lose time in survival, and you save a little bit of time in puzzle also. And theoretically, that should be a really fast route.